Hello friends, in this video let's see about what is yoga or Sivayogam. Okay, so Adi Shankara in his first verse in Soundaragari, he mentions Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadivavati Shakta Prabhavitam, which means the union of the Shiva and Shakti has produced everything that we are perceiving as the manifested universe. Even the Saint Arunagirinadar in his book on Tirupugal, in his verses on Tirupugal, he mentions Chandra Suryar Tamum Asabayum Vindanadamum Yeha Vadivamadan Surubamataha Urevadam Shiva Yogam, which means when remaining in the state where the Shiva and Shakti has united together is perceived as the Shiva Yogam, is called as the Shiva Yogam. So what is Shiva and the Shakti and all these principles I have clearly explained in this video. If you have not seen this video, I will definitely recommend you to watch this video first. I will give the link in the description. Now, what we have in general understood about the yoga. So, yoga means the union of the Jivatma with the Paramatma, the union of the self with the God. That's what we have understood in general, right? This is what the Yajnavalkya Smriti also says. So, the self, what does the self contains of? The self contains of the soul, which is the God, which I have explained in the Shiva Shakti video, plus something else, which makes us different. Each universe, each individual different, which I call it as the Metabiocognition. Already about this Metabiocognition, I have made a video. Please definitely check that video so that you can understand it better. So, if you want to reach the God state, then you have to just remove the Metabiocognition from the soul. If you remove the Metabiocognition from the soul, we will reach the godly state. What is this? We will see in a little bit more while. Then in the Yoga Sutra, what Patanjali Maharishi says about yoga is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which means he says overcoming the influence of the metabiocognition on the objects which is perceived. That's the state is called, what is called as the Yoga Sutra. Let's see in simple terms. Again, the same examples which I have given. If you are seeing a party like BJP or Congress, the actions which they are doing remains the same, but lakhs of people are perceiving them as good and lakhs of people are perceiving them as bad. Why does this happen? So initially there is an object or an event. Okay, so this object or event is perceived through with the help of the some tool. For example, if there is a camera in front of me, this camera is perceived with the help of the eyes. If I am seeing an event which is happening in front of me, or if I am hearing about the event, or if I am watching an event in the TV, then with the help of the mind, hearing and eyes, all those things I perceive with the help of a tool. After this, there is a processor which processes the information. After the processing, the final perception arises whether it is good or bad. In this entire journey, if you see, the object remains the same, the action which they have done remains the same, and the tool which we are perceiving, the eyes, nose, ears or the mind, everyone has almost the same. But finally the perception is differing as good or bad. This happens mainly because of something there which is in between, which I am calling it as the metabiocognition. If you overcome this influence of this metabiocognition, you are able to perceive the things in the way it is. You are able to perceive the things in the way it is. That's what Patanjali Maharishi also says. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha Tada Dushtu Swarupe Avasthanam. So that if you overcome the influence of metabiocognition, you can perceive the objects in the way it is. Vritti sarupyam itaratra. If you have the metabiocognition, the perception of the object changes as per your metabiocognition. This is what he says. By modulating this soul, we cannot remove this completely out, right? We have to survive in this entire world. I cannot remove my entire memories out. By modulating this, it is getting modulated every moment. By modulating this again and again in a certain way, which I am calling it as the metabiocognitive remodulation, we will be able to achieve a life of higher possibilities. That's what I have written in my book, Metabiocognitive Remodulation in the Light of Yoga Sutras for a Life of Higher Possibilities. I will give you both the hard copy and the soft copy version of this book in the description link. You can definitely check out. The book is in English. Okay, so now finally we will come to this. So if you overcome the influence of the metabiocognition, you will perceive the objects in the way it is. So if you overcome the influence of this metabiocognition, the self, the true nature of the self is obtained. So this is what various forms of yoga like karma yoga, raja yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, all these things are just trying, they are neither modulating the tool nor the events which are happening around us. There, no one is going to change this. It is only this processing of information, this perception, the processor is getting modulated and changed. Now all these yogas, the same principle is told. This is what I have detailedly explained in that chapter. Apart from that, even the modern day life coaches, habit coaches, what they are doing, they are neither changing the object or the event which is happening, they are not trying to change the tool. It is only the process that everyone is trying to remodulate it again and again, so that we achieve the state of the yoga. I hope this video is definitely useful for you. If you find this video useful, please definitely subscribe to this channel. In the next video, we will see about what is fate and how this fate can be modulated, fate can be changed, utilized for our higher well-being through the modulation of this metabiocognition. If you would like to hear more similar videos like this, please definitely subscribe to this channel. I will see you in one another useful video like this. Until then, it's Dr. Aravind signing off. Thank you. Prosper in eternal truth.